Okay, there we go. So getting comfortably seated, crossing the legs. Maybe today, Sukhasana, easy sitting pose. Maybe bring the legs out a little wider, ankle, anchor, groin. A modification of Siddhasana. Don't worry about the knees. You can place something under if it's really uncomfortable. If it's not that uncomfortable, I would leave it. Do worry about lengthening the spine. So sitting on a block or a cushion will allow you to rotate the pelvis forward as the spine lengthens to the sky. Place the hands on the thighs or ankles, palms up, connecting to the people in the world around you. Maybe palms down, going inside. You decide. You can add on an energetic circuit, thumb and pointer touching, and that works both up and down Yama Mudra. Closing the eyes and just letting go. Letting go of the day. Letting go of the week. Being here on the mat. Practicing non-judgmental self-awareness. Being aware of the body. The breath. And the mind. Without judgment. With that awareness, start to notice the breath. As you inhale, expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, expanding the chest. And exhale, squeezing in the chest, the ribs, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Inhale, expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, expanding the chest. Exhale, squeezing in the chest, the ribs, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, contracting. Breathing in and out. As you inhale and exhale. And slowly opening the eyes, coming off of the block or cushion, finding the elastic strap. Holding the strap in two hands, bring the strap behind you, and hook it under your shoulder blades, under your armpits, inside your elbows. And then inhaling, arms are out to the side, raising the arms up. They're still hooked inside of the arms, bringing the arms up overhead, looking up. Exhaling, arms to the side, chin into chest. So your elbows are holding the strap in. Inhale, reaching up, looking up. And exhaling, arms to the side, chin into chest. Inhale, reaching up, pause for a moment, looking up. Seated sun breath with an elastic band. And exhaling, arms to the side, chin into chest. Pausing for a moment. Now inhale, raising the arms up by the ears. I'm mirroring you, leaning over to the right, right palm on the floor. Inhale, reaching up, still holding onto the elastic band hooked underneath the elbows, leaning over to the left. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, leaning over to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, reaching up. Bringing the palm down, lengthen out the left side of the body, press the left sit bone down as you lean over to the right, maybe looking up at the fingers, seated crescent moon with the elastic band. Inhale, reaching up, left palm down, lengthen the right side, lean over to the left, looking up. Now inhale, reaching up, opening out to a V, crossing the arms, hands on the hips, chin into chest, rounding the back. Inhale, reaching up, arching the back, looking up. Exhale, crossing the arms, hands on the hips, chin into chest. Inhale, reaching up, pausing for a moment, looking up. And exhaling, crossing the arms, hands on the hips, chin into chest, pausing for a moment. Seated cat-cow pose with an elastic band. And then inhale, bringing the arms up by the ears, turning to the right, opening out in a T. Inhale, reaching up, turning to the left, opening out in a T. Inhale, reaching up, turning to the right, looking at the back fingers, opening out to a T. And inhale, reaching up, turning to the left. Inhale, reaching up, taking the strap off. Bring the leg out in front and rocking side to side. Head goes one way, knees go the other. Warming up, loosening up. Hips, hip sockets, thighs, lower back. And letting that go. Coming down on the back. Preparing for the walk around the pelvis. This can be done with or without the block. Left leg is long. Right leg is bent. Arms by the side. Flex the right foot. Press the right heel down. Find a good place for the heel to press down. Maybe you're a little closer to your sit bones, maybe a little further away. Most of us tend to be a little too close in. So experiment. Place the right palm behind the right thigh and press down, pull back. Tighten the muscles behind the right thigh. Hamstring muscles, feel them contract and tighten. Exhale, release. Interlock the fingers around the leg and bring the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Flex the left foot, push out through the heel. Inhaling. Press the heel down, foot is flexed, press down, pull back. Palm behind the thigh, feel what's happening. So much of yoga is about being conscious, awake and aware of what's happening. in the body, breath, and mind. So feel what's happening behind the hamstring, behind the right thigh, the hamstrings. Exhale, feel them release. Interlock the fingers. Bring the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Flex the left foot. Push out through the heel. One more time. Pressing down, pulling back, contracting on the inhale. Exhale, release. Interlock the fingers. Bring the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Pausing for a moment in Apanasana, downward flow of energy pose. And taking the right leg out to the right. So look around the pelvis. All of the poses are done with the knee bend. Right hand on the right knee or inside the thigh, left hand on the hip. Inhaling, the leg goes up, the palm pulls down. We're working on the muscles on the inside of the right thigh, the adductor muscles. Poke around, feel what's happening there. And this is just the adductor muscle group. Exhale, release. Gently pressing the leg towards the floor, the left hip towards the earth, and turn the head and look to the left, keeping the whole left side of the body down. Inhaling, leg goes up, palm presses down, contracting the muscles first. So we are using a pranayama, a breathing technique called kumbhakas, and those are in retaining the breath. Exhale, release, pressing the leg down, press the hip down, turn the head to the left. So on the inhale, hold your breath. Press the leg up, hold your breath, 5 or 6 seconds. And then exhale, press the leg down, press the hip down, turn the head, look to the left. Posing in a supine half frog pose. Supta Ardha Mandukasana. And bringing the bent leg up. Leg is at 90-90. Foot is flexed. Interlock the fingers around the thigh. Press the foot forward. Pull back with the hands. We're focused on the full set of right glute muscles. It's not enough in this pose to just use the arms and hands. Now focus your mind on the right glutes. Get them to contract, to tighten. Exhale, release. Bring the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Flex the left foot. Push out through the heel. Pausing in Apanasana again. Coming back to 90-90. Foot is flexed. Press forward, pull back. Focus the mind on the right glutes. You can imagine that the sole of your foot is trying to walk on the wall in front of you, and your hands are pulling the leg back for making that happen. Exhale, release. Bring the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Flex the left foot. Push out through the heel. One more time. Flex the foot, push forward, pull back. Tighten the muscles with your mind. And exhale, release. Bring the knee into the shoulder, flex the left foot, push out through the heel, Apanasana, downward flow of energy pose. Keeping the leg bent, bring the right leg over the left, right arm out in a T. Adjust where the leg is. It could be closer to the head or further away. Adjust where the foot is. It could dangle in space, be on the floor, rest on the thigh, toes behind the knee. Doesn't matter where you put it, but it will have a different effect. There's no right or wrong. Inhale, leg goes up, palm pulls down. We're working on the outside of the thigh, outside of the hip, lower back, and outside of the torso. Getting everything to contract, to tighten. Exhale, release. Bring the leg down, turn the head, look at the right palm. Effort the right shoulder down towards the earth, extending the stretching up the side of the body, up the back, bringing out the spine, up to the upper right quadrant of the chest and back. Taking a moment, and then inhale, leg goes up, palm pulls down. Contracting the muscles. Outside the thigh, abductor, IT bands underneath, outside the hip, TFL, the glute, the lower right back, quadratus lumborum, lateral obliques. Exhale, release, press the leg down, turn the head, look at the palm, effort the right shoulder down. The more you turn the head, the easier it is to effort the right shoulder down, adding on the static stretch of the side of the body, serratus on the outside of the torso, pec major minor in the front, wrapping around, maybe even reaching the rhomboid muscles in between the shoulder blades. One more time. Leg goes up, hand pulls down. So almost all of our poses are single muscle group poses. We usually work at the muscle group level, not the individual muscle level. This pose is multiple muscle groups. And then exhale, release, bring the leg down, turn the head, effort the right shoulder down, looking at the right palm, pausing for a moment in the supine twist. Yeah, letting it go, coming back on the back. Left leg's long, raise the right leg up. Bend the knee, sole of the foot faces up. It doesn't matter how long your leg is, have a bend in the knee, and see if you can get the sole of the foot to face up to the sky. Hold on to the leg, thigh, calf, shin, or ankle with two hands, or the foot with one hand. If it's one hand, that's either on the outside or the inside. Inhale, foot goes up, hands pulled down. Tightening the muscles, the upper hamstring tendons, the glute and the groin, keeping the foot, sole of the foot facing up. Exhale, release, bring the knee straight down. Maybe that's way out to the side, depending on the shape of your hip socket. Maybe it's towards the armpit, or maybe it's towards the chest. Find the spot that's the most comfortable for you and bring the leg down. Sole of the foot still facing straight up. Inhaling, foot goes up, hand or hands pull down. Contracting the muscles first. Exhale, release, bring the knee straight down, sole of the foot faces up. If your left hand's available, you can press the left hip down, and everybody can turn and look to the left, keeping the left side of the body down. One more time. Foot goes up, hand or hands pulled down. Tightening the muscles first. Exhale, release, bringing the leg down, Effort the hip down, turning the head, looking to the left, pausing in half of a happy baby pose. Ardha Ananda Balasana, blissful baby pose. And then bending the left leg, cross the right ankle over the thigh. Right arm through the leg, interlock the fingers around the thigh, or if you can reach around the shin. Inhaling, legs go forward, hands pull back. And without touching it, effort your right knee towards the wall in front of you, so it's forward, not up. Focus the mind on the muscles underneath the right set of glutes, working on the hip flexor muscles. They run side to side underneath the glute, which runs up and down. Exhale, release. Bring the legs into the chest. Pause. Notice what the sensations are. And then maybe flex and point. Notice sensations. And maybe rock side to side, head in the opposite direction, and then notice any change in sensations. Coming back to the starting point. Inhale, legs go forward, hands pull back, knee goes forward. You can do this just fine without any enhancement, but if you want to go a notch deeper, bring the attention of the mind to the whole area around the right glutes. Tighten. Where the mind goes, energy flows. Let the energy flow. You will notice helper muscles, additional muscles contracting. Our target muscles are the hip flexors underneath the glute. Exhale, release. Bring the legs in. Now notice most of the helper muscles are not getting stretched. Notice what's happening with the target muscles. Rocking, flexing, and pointing. And also notice there may be new sensations of additional parts of the body. So I call that the pre-muscles, the helper muscles, the target muscles, and the post muscles. Getting set one more time. Legs go forward, hands pull back, knee goes forward. Bring the attention of the mind to the right glute area underneath the hip flexors. They're hard to isolate, hard to contract on their own, and hard to sustain the contraction. Do your best. This pose is a great example of using the helper muscles, or at least noticing them. And then exhale, release. Bring the legs in. Again, notice. And rock. Head opposite of the legs. Okay, raising the legs up, flex and point, flex and point. I'm going to go sideways. So two options. First option, keep the legs long in the first option. Bring the right leg forward and cross it over the left. I use my hands to help make that happen. Finding my challenge point with the legs long, and then bend the knees. Don't worry about where you end up. Hands can be on the knees, shins, ankles, or feet. That's the two-legged option. One-legged option, lengthen the left leg out, hold on to the right leg, right hand behind the knee, left hand on the foot. Okay, inhaling in both options, press the legs away and pull back with the hands. Contracting the muscles first. So in both options, legs are pressing away, the hands are pulling back. Visualize the feet on the wall in front of you. Focus on the right hip. You may or may not feel it in the hip. You might feel the glute. You might not feel either. It is happening. Exhale, relax. bring the right knee across in the one-legged option. Right knee comes across the body to the left shoulder, right foot closer to the earth, both shoulders stay down. In the two-legged option, bring the knee straight in and maybe opening the feet out a little wider. Come back to the starting point. Inhaling, legs go forward, hands pulled back. Tightening the muscles first. The focus is the right hip. Again, you might feel both hips, you might feel both hips and glutes, you might feel something completely different. This is probably our most challenging pose. Don't get frustrated. Exhale, release, two-legged option. Knees come in, feet go out wider. One-legged option, bring the right knee across to the left shoulder, right foot down towards the earth. In both options, you can rock side to side. In the two-legged option, that could be a pretty good rock. In the one-legged option, keep your shoulders down. So it's a slightly smaller rock, side to side. Come back to the starting point. Inhale, legs go forward, hands pull back, tightening the muscles. Exhale, release, bring the legs in. The two-legged option, maybe rocking. In the one-legged option, right knee across to the left shoulder, right foot to the earth. Everybody's pausing in half of a, not half, in a leg, the leg portion of Gomukhasana, cow face pose, which we're going to do today. Or Garudasana, eagle pose. Or in yin yoga, it's called shoelaces. And let that go. Flex and point the legs. And bring the feet down, find your block again. Legs are bent, feet out wide, maybe to the edge of the mat, maybe off the mat. And bring the block in between the knees. Arms by the side. Inhaling, squeeze the knees together, rotate the pelvis up, pressing the lower back into the mat. Noticing all the muscles involved. So there's actually a lot of muscles, both contracting and releasing, and helper muscles. Noticing the outside of the ankles, the lower legs, the inside of the lower legs, the outside of the upper legs, outside of the hips, all the way across to the SI joint sacrum. That's actually our target. Exhale, relax, rotate the pelvis forward, lighten up on the block, arching the back. Pressing the tailbone into the mat. We never leave the floor. Inhale, squeeze the knees together, rotate the pelvis up. It's a small movement. Pressing the lower back into the mat. Exhale, release, rotating the pelvis forward. Slight arch in the lower back, lightening up on the knees. One more time, squeeze the knees together, rotate the pelvis up, pressing the lower back into the mat. And exhale, rotating the pelvis forward, arching the back, lighten up on the knees, pause for a moment. And letting that go, picking the block out, setting up for the other side. So, moving down on the back, right leg is long, left leg is bent. Flex the left foot, dig the heel into the block. Make sure you're finding the right place for your heel, not too far away, not too close. Pressing down, pulling back, palm behind the thigh. Feeling what's happening, full set of hamstring muscles. Exhale, release. Feel the release in your fingertips. Interlock the fingers around the knee of the shin and bring the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Flex the right foot, push out through the heel. Let's do that again. Inhaling, flex the foot, press the heel down, pull back, tightening. Exhale, releasing. Interlock the fingers, bring the left knee into the left shoulder, flex the right foot, push out through the heel. So this is called contract release. It's got about a half a dozen different names, which we'll talk about on Thursday night. In the Tiny Tea House talk, the history is actually really interesting. Flex the foot, push down, pull back, but the results, I think, are even more interesting because it does seem to work. You get by contracting the muscles first, it signals the body that it's safe to go into a deeper stretch. Exhale, release. Interlock the fingers and bring the left knee into the left shoulder. Flex the right foot, push out through the heel. Pausing. Apanasana, downward flow of energy pose. And letting that go. Then the left leg, left hand on the thigh or the knee, right hand on the right hip. Inhale, leg goes up, palm pulls down. Tightening the muscles, working now on the inside of the left thigh. With the knee bent, it's pretty much pure adductor muscles. Later on, we'll do the leg straight, and you'll see it's a different, you'll have a different experience. Exhale, release. Press the leg down, press the hip down, turn the head, look to the right. Efforting the whole right side of the body down. Inhaling, knee goes up, palm pulls down. Tightening the muscles first. It's like a reverse tug of war, contracting the muscles. Exhale, release, bringing the leg down, bringing the hip down, turning the head, looking to the right. One more time. Leg goes up, palm pulls down. Tightening the adductor muscles inside of the left thigh. We're tightening, contracting, toning, strengthening, shortening. Exhale, release, bringing the leg down, bring the hip down, turn the head to the right. Now we're lengthening, stretching, releasing, flexing, and pausing in half of a supine frog pose. Supta Ardha Mandukasana. And coming back on the back, leg is at 90-90, foot flexed. Interlock the fingers around the thigh. Inhale, foot goes forward, hands pull back. Focus the mind on the left glutes. This one does not work well without the use of the mind when we're laying down like this. Tighten the glutes. Exhale, release. Bring the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Flex the right foot. Push out through the heel. Coming back to 90-90. Flex the foot. Push forward. Pull back. Focus the mind on the left glutes. And the funny thing about this pose is it's probably the best one if you do have something to press against, the foot against the wall or a chair if it doesn't move. I often will tell you that doing this on a leg press with the weight set to the highest position, something you couldn't possibly move, is an ideal position for doing this stretch. Exhale, release. Bring the left knee into the left shoulder, flex the right foot, push out through the heel. One more time. Flex the foot, push forward, pull back, tightening the muscles. And exhale, release, bringing the left knee into the left shoulder, flex the right foot, push out through the heel, pausing in Apanasana, downward flow of energy pose. And letting that go, keeping the leg bent, bring the left leg across, right hand on the outside of the thigh or the knee, left arm out in the T. Adjust where the leg is. And then more importantly, adjust where the foot is. In space, on the floor, on the thigh, behind the knee. Where the foot is, since this is a multi-muscle group pose, where the foot is changes what percentage of each muscle group you're working on. So there's no right or wrong, it's just different. Inhale, leg goes up, palm pulls down. Contracting the muscles, outside the thigh, outside the hip, lower back, glutes involved in all of these, outside of the torso. Exhale, release, bringing the leg down, turn the head, look at the palm. The more you turn, the easier it is to get the left shoulder down, increasing the static stretch now, coming up the side of the body, wringing out the spine, across the back, the front of the chest. Inhale, leg goes up, palm pulls down. Tightening the muscles first. Exhale, release, bringing the leg down, turning the head, looking at the palm. One more time. Leg goes up, palm pulls down. Contracting the muscles wherever they are. And exhale, release. Bring the leg down. Effort the shoulder down. Bringing the lengthening all the way up to the front of the chest, the back of the torso. Pausing in a supine twist. And coming back on the back. Right leg's long, left leg's bent. Sole of the foot facing up. Hold on with two hands, thigh, calf, shin, ankle, or one hand the foot. My recommendation is to use two hands versus using a strap. I find it more effective with two hands. Inhale, foot goes up like it's trying to walk on the ceiling. Sole of the foot faces up the whole time. Hands are pulling it back. Tightening the muscles, we're working on the upper hamstring tendons, the very top of where the back of the thigh meets the pelvis. And the groin, those are the two targets mostly. And the glute, as I said earlier, is involved in everything pretty much. In this series, exhale, bring the knee straight down, way out to the side or towards the armpit or your chest. Sole of the foot still facing up. Inhaling, foot goes up, hand or hands pulling down, contracting the muscles. Exhale, release, bring the knee straight down, effort the right hip down. If your hand's available, you can press down and everybody can turn to the right, effort the whole right side of the body down. One more time, foot goes up, hand or hands pull back. Contracting. And exhale, release. Knee comes straight down, foot faces straight up. Turn the head, effort the whole right side of the body down. Pausing in half of a happy baby pose. Ardha Ananda Balasana. And then bend the right leg, cross the left ankle over the thigh. Left arm goes through the leg, interlock the fingers either around the thigh or reach for the shin. Head stays on the ground the whole time. Legs go forward, hands pull back. And then without touching it, effort the left knee forward. Notice what's happening underneath the left glutes. You could go a notch deeper by focusing the mind to contract everything in the glute area. Also notice all the helper muscles. There's a lot. Exhale, release everything. Bring the legs in, and now notice. And rock side to side, flexing and pointing. So probably the question I get asked the most is, am I doing this right? I'm feeling these other muscles, not only in this pose, in all the poses. And those are the helper muscles. Yes, you are feeling them. And it's okay. Come back to center. Inhale, legs go forward, hands pull back, knee goes forward, tightening the hip flexors underneath the left glutes. Exhale, relax, bringing the legs in, rocking side to side, flexing and pointing. And letting that go, raising the legs up, flex and point. Keeping the legs long, cross the left leg over the right. It's much easier to do this with the legs long. Then bend the knees. Don't worry about where you end up. Wherever you end up is fine. Hold on to the legs, knees, shins, ankles, or feet in the two-leg version. In the one-leg version, lengthen the right leg out, left hand behind the knee, right hand holds the foot. Inhaling in both versions, press the leg or legs away and pull back with the hands. Focus the mind on the left hip. See if you can get that to contract, to tighten. Again, it's fine if you're not feeling it. It's still happening. Exhale, release, one leg version. Left knee comes across the body towards the right shoulder. Both shoulders stay down. Left foot towards the earth. In the two-leg options, bring the knees in and open the feet out a little wider. In both options, if you like, you can rock. In the one-leg version, try to keep the shoulders down. Two-leg version, you have a little bit more wiggle room. Let that go. Inhale, legs go forward, hands pull back. Tightening. Focus the mind, left hip. Exhale, release, bring the knees in, two-leg version. One-leg version, bring the left knee across to the right shoulder. Maybe rocking. So rocking can get pretty deep in the two-leg version. You have to get a lot of room to move, but also a lot to stretch. Head in the opposite direction. One leg, little gentle, more gentle stretch, rock. Keep the shoulders down. One more time. Legs go forward, hands pull back. Tightening the muscles first. Exhale, release, bring the knees in, open the feet out. And rock, maybe. In the one-leg version, bring the knee across and the foot down to the earth. Now letting that go, raise the legs up, flex and point, flex and point. Bringing the legs down, feet to the edges of the mat or maybe off the mat. Arms out in the T, palm facing up. Exhaling, knees come over to the right, head turns to the left, left palm is up, right palm turns down. Inhaling up, switching palms, knees to the left, head turns to the right. Inhaling up, switch the palms, knees to the right, head turns to the left. Inhaling up, switch the palms, knees to the left, head turns to the right. Inhaling up, switch the palms. On the exhale, bring the knees over to the right and pause. And take the right foot, rest it on the outside of the left thigh. Completely release and relax all of the muscles of the right leg, letting it hang as dead weight, offering a deeper rotational twist into the left hip socket. If you turn your head and look at the left palm, you go a little bit deeper into the left hip socket. This is also rotating the pelvis, lengthening out the muscles along the top line of the pelvis and outside of the thigh. Bringing the foot back to the outer edge of the right side of the mat, bring the knees over to the left. Left foot on the outside of the thigh, hook the foot on, switch hands, turn and look at the right palm. Completely release and relax the muscles of the left leg, going deeper into the rotational twist in the right hip socket. And letting that go, bring the knees and rock side to side. And coming back up to sit. So find your elastic band again. So even if we do the same poses or stretches, there's a noticeable difference in experience with the elastic band versus the cloth strap. Again, no right or wrong, they're just different. So hold onto the strap, palms facing down. And by the way, with the elastic band, sometimes it's nice to wrap your hand around, because when we offer the resistance, you might want that, but it's not a requirement. And so lengthen the arms out, arms are long, out at about 45 degrees, pull the strap apart. So you're pulling the band, the more you pull these bands, by the way, the harder the resistance gets. So pulling apart, long spine, slowly start to raise the arms up. So we're building up tension. This is a long version of contract release. Depending on the particular color band you have, you may have more or less resistance doing this. Pause at the top. Come back down the front. So keep pulling apart, pulling it apart, pulling apart. As you come down, puff the shoulder blades out. You're caving in the chest a little bit. Keep pulling apart. Keep pulling apart. Now going back up, caving in the chest a little bit, puffing the shoulder blades out. Coming up to the top. So depending on the level of the band, this happens to be a very light one. You might be finding your muscles are really shaking at this point. That's a good thing. We're trying to build up a lot of tension. And now start to come down the back. You might need to change where you're holding on the strap. Maybe with the elastic band, you don't need to change. Start to come down the back. When the band is at the height of the top of the shoulder blades, squeeze the shoulder blades together and massage. Keep coming down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, massage the bottom of the shoulder blades, and then coming back up, massage the top, and let that go. So still holding on to the strap. You might need to change the length after your first round of this next one. Holding on to the strap, I'm mirroring you. Bring the right palm onto the floor behind you. And just shorten up on the strap a little bit. On the floor behind you, and then bring the left arm to come down to also touch the mat to start off. Inhale, keep pressing down with the right palm, holding onto the strap. Bring the left arm up across the body diagonally. Let the strap rest across your chest as you bring the left arm up. So creating a lot of resistance, reaching back. And then exhale, sweeping back across. The resistance is diminishing. Spine is long. As the arm comes down, now grab onto the left wrist with the right hand. Spine stays long, and use your hand to help guide the palm down, staying long, lifting up, and then turn and look over the right shoulder. Let's do that again. Right palm presses the strap, the band into the earth, a little bit behind you. Left arm pulling up on the band, diagonally across the body, reaching up, long spine, long arm, turning the head, looking at the left palm, coming up over the left shoulder. Find your challenge point. We're contracting one set of muscles. And then exhale, sweeping back across. As the palm comes near the earth, grab the wrist with the right hand, pull the palm down to the earth, lengthen the spine, and rotate, look over the right shoulder. And then inhaling, bringing both arms up. Let's get set for the other side. So left palm onto the floor behind you. Start off with the right palm on the earth. Spine is long, arms are long. Press the left palm down, holding the strap. And start to raise the right arm up in front of you, diagonally across, purposely creating tension with the strap. So you're trying to build the tension up. The right palm comes up behind, up and over. Looking back, find your challenge point. And then exhaling, sweeping back across. Holding the hand with the eyes. As the palm comes near the earth, left hand grabs the wrist, placing the palm down on the earth, lengthening the spine and turning and looking over the left shoulder. Do that again. Right palm pressing down, left arm coming up across. Purposely, intentionally building tension up. As the right hand comes up and back, long spine, long arm, find your challenge point, reaching back. And then exhaling, sweeping back across. As the palm comes down, left hand grabs the wrist, press the palm down, lengthen the arms. So we're pressing the palms down to lengthen, and then rotate, look over the left shoulder. And bringing the arms back up and letting that go. Okay, I promised Gomukhasana today. So this is one of the older yoga poses. It's much easier to get into this on your back. So do your best sitting down. You can just keep the legs crossed if you like. The leg part of it isn't that important. but I'm gonna do it anyway for today. I'm gonna mirror you. So cross the right leg over the left. So we just did this on our back. If it doesn't work for you, just sit cross-legged, it's fine. Right leg over the left, feet out to the side. So this leg position is used for a few poses. The one we're going to do today is Gomukhasana cow face. That's the one that goes like this. But we're going to do it with the strap. Before we do that, let's just, I'm mirroring you. So take the right arm up. No, I got it backwards. Bring the right arm behind. Right arm. Doesn't matter. Bring the right arm behind, left arm up, and reach behind and see if you can touch your fingers. Just see where you are. And let that go. So now take the strap into the left hand, left elbow pointing forward, palm facing up. Hold on to the strap. I'm going to turn around in a second. Bring the right arm behind and hold on to the strap, palm facing out. So let me turn this. So the arm coming behind, the back of the hand is on the back, holding onto the strap. Over time, you want to be able to hook the hands together. That may not happen for you. Hold on to the strap. And now inhaling, elbows forward, pull the straps apart. So we're contracting the muscles first. Tightening the muscles first. Exhaling, release. In the release, hold on with the bottom hand and use the top hand to bring the bottom one up. Pause for a moment. Let that go. Inhale, hold the strap with the band with both hands and pull them apart. So we're tightening both sets of muscles first. Exhale, release. Hold the strap in the bottom hand and pull down, raising the elbow up. And let that go, shake the arms out. And now for the heck of it, you might want to try it again. And you might find magically you have an extra half an inch or so of length. That won't last, by the way. It'll last a couple hours. Let's do the other side. Strap in the left hand, right arm behind, back of the hand on the back. If you're doing the legs, switch the legs. So now the left leg is on top. So if you're doing the Gomukhasana legs, left leg is on top. Strap in the left hand on top, right hand underneath, elbow rotating forward. Pull the straps apart, contracting the muscles first. Exhale, release. Hold onto the strap with the bottom hand, pull down, raising the elbow up. Let that go. Inhale, pull both apart, contracting the muscles first. Exhale, release. Hold on to the strap with the top hand, pulling the bottom hand up. Let it wiggle up as you pull up. Let that go. Bring the arms out, shake it out. And then again, for the heck of it, see where you're at. And let that go. So I've often done, as a therapist, I've often done this one-on-one with people, and it's amazing. You get an extra inch or two sometimes right after we do it together. We didn't do it long enough today, but it only lasts a couple of hours. But over time, it builds up a little bit by little bit. Okay, so hold on to the strap and come down on the back. So that was Gomukhasana, arms and legs, the full pose. Take the strap on the ball of the foot. One of the nice things about the elastic is that it can really wrap around the foot and really hold on. So get it up as high as you can on the ball of the foot, including the toes. So I'm going to move back a little. And then come down on the back. So holding the strap in two hands, lengthen the leg out. Let me go a little further. And circle, fully lengthened leg, circle. As you're circling, find a place where you can offer some nice resistance to the leg. So find a place with your hands and then anchor the elbows. So the elbows are anchored and the leg as it's circling is stretching and releasing the resistance of the band a little bit. So this is an effect you cannot get with the cloth strap. First in one direction and in the other. So of course, every color of band, which has a different resistance, you'll have to place your hands in a different place, and then even then, maybe adjust for whatever your particular band has. But keep the legs straight, anchor the elbows, and just notice the changing resistance as you're circling. And then pause. Now bend the knee, bring the knee into the chest, readjust the hands so you have good resistance. Anchor the elbows with the knee bent. And then press out against the resistance of the strap. Bend the knee. And anchor the elbows and press out against the resistance of the strap. So these are called resistance stretches. You cannot do this with a cloth strap, where it's hard to do. And one more time, press out against the resistance of the strap. And now we'll do what we normally do, but it will feel different. Leg is long, flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull down on the strap. Aim for the lower abdomen, belly button or below. Flex the foot, contracting up and down the back line of the leg. Exhale, release. Use your arm strength to bring the leg up towards the head. Flex the left foot, push out through the heel. So for what we're doing now, the cloth strap's actually more effective. Or different. We'll come back to the starting point. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull down on the strap, the elastic band. Leg is long. Exhale, release. Bring the leg up towards the head. Only go as far as the leg will stay straight. Flex the left foot, push out through the heel. And this one is more effective if you're holding the strap with two hands on two sides of the strap. Let's do that one more time. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull down on the strap. Contracting the back line of the leg. Exhale, release. Bringing the leg up towards the head. Flex the left foot, push out through the heel. Trying not to bend the right knee. The minute you bend the knee in this one, you're coming out of the stretch. It's much better if you're further away with the leg straight than if you're up close with the knee bent. And let that go. Take the strap in the right hand, bring the leg out to the right. Left hand on left hip, and now, again, find a good resistance place for your hands to get a good resistance circle, anchor the elbow, and circle the leg. First in one direction. And again, noticing the change in resistance as you're doing this, and in the other direction. Leg is long, fully lengthened. And then pause, bend the knee, readjust where your hand is to get even more resistance. Anchor the elbow on the ground, and then press out against the resistance of the strap. Bend the knee. This is probably the best use of the elastic for this. Press out against the resistance of the strap. And one more time. Bend the knee, pressing out against the resistance. Left hand on left hip. Turn the head and look to the left. And now flexing the foot, pull on the strap in towards the lower abdomen, pushing out through the heel. Tightening the muscles inside of the thigh. If you remember earlier, I mentioned, so if you poke around on your inside thigh right now, it's the adductor muscles. But if you reach around, it's also one of the big hamstring muscles. So with the leg long, the hamstrings are involved. Exhale, release, and bring the leg parallel to the floor. Up towards the head, only go as far as the leg will stay straight. Turn the head and look to the left. Let that go a bit. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull on the strap, on the elastic band. Contracting inside line of the right leg. Exhale, release, bring the leg up towards the head. Let that go a bit, and you can shake and wiggle if you want to get a little more release, and then come back to a straight leg. Flex the foot, pull into the belly, tightening, and exhale, release, bringing the leg up towards the head. Letting that go, bring the leg up and over, switch hands with the strap. Right arm is out in the T, left leg is over. So again, find a place where you can hold on to the strap, anchor the elbow, and circle. Pretty big circles. Feeling the resistance of the strap. We're now working on the outside line of the right leg. Mostly the abductor, IT bands underneath, and the TFL on the outside of the hip. With the leg long, the hamstrings are involved, and we tend to isolate a little bit more. Make sure you're doing both directions of circle. And we tend to isolate with the long leg, the outside of the thigh and the hip. And pause. Now bend the knee, bring the knee in, readjust where you're holding onto the elastic band. Find a place where you can create resistance, but still lengthen the leg, anchor the elbow, and press out against the resistance of the strap. Bend the knee, and press out against the resistance of the strap. So left hand is not moving. Bend the knee, and press out against the resistance of the strap. And now, flexing the foot, push out through the heel, pull the strap in towards the lower abdomen, contracting the muscles up and down the outside line of the leg and hip. Exhale, release, and bring the leg parallel to the floor, up towards the head. Turn and look at your right palm. Efforting the right shoulder down. Let that go a bit. You can wiggle and shake for a moment. We'll come back to a straight leg. Pull in on the band, aiming for the lower abdomen, pushing out through the heel, contracting. Exhale, release, bringing the leg up towards the head, turning, looking to the right. So most people find this one to be the most challenging of the 3 full length leg stretches. The elastic band makes it a little bit softer. Let's do that again, maybe wiggle and shake. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in on the elastic band. It's parallel to the leg, aiming towards the lower abdomen. Exhale, release. Bring the leg up towards the head, turning, looking at the right palm. And letting that go. Switching feet. Right leg is long. Open the elastic band up so it can wrap around the ball of the foot, maybe the toes. The major advantage of the elastic band is that you can do that. Lengthen the leg, hold the strap in separately in 2 hands, both sides of the strap, and then anchor the elbows. Find a good resistance on the band and circle. Big circles. First in one direction. And then the other. And letting that go. Now, maybe a little bit more resistance. Bring the knee into the chest. Anchor the elbows and press out against the resistance of the strap. Bend the knee, make sure you have a decent amount of resistance. Press out against the resistance of the strap. And one more time, bend the knee and press out against the resistance of the strap, pausing. Now flexing the foot, push out through the heel, pull down on the strap, aiming for the lower belly. Exhale, release, lighten up on the band and bring the leg up towards the head, flex the right foot, push out through the heel, only go as far as the leg will stay straight. Inhale, flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull down. Pull down straight towards the lower abdomen. Exhale, release, bring the leg up towards the head. Right leg is long, flex the right foot, push out through the heel. One more time. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull down on the strap. Make sure you have a good amount of resistance. Exhale, release, use your arm strength, bring the leg up towards the head, pausing. And now taking the leg out to the left, straps in the left hand. Right hand's on right hip. Anchor the elbow, make sure you have good resistance to the strap, and circle. First in one direction, big circles. And in the other. So these are resistance-based dynamic stretches. Any sort of dynamic movement does some stretching, but this adds some resistance to that, which is a deeper form of it. Let that go. Bend the knee, bring the knee in, readjust where you're holding on to the the band, making sure you're going to have good resistance to press out against, and then pressing the leg out. Bend the knee, elbow is anchored into the ground. Press the leg out against the resistance of the strap. And one more time, bend the knee and press out against the resistance of the strap. And then flexing the foot, push out through the heel, pull the band parallel to the leg, aiming for the lower abdomen, contracting the inner line of the left leg. Exhale, release, bring the leg up towards the head, turn and look to your right, efforting the right hip down. Let that go a bit. Inhale, flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in towards the lower belly button or below. Exhale, release, bringing the leg parallel to the floor, up towards the head, only go as far as the leg will stay straight. Let that go a bit, one more time. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull into the lower abdomen, tightening. And exhale, release, bringing the leg up towards the head, turning, looking to your right, keeping the right hip down, pausing for a moment. And letting that go, bring the leg up and over. Elastic bands in the right hand. Find a place where you'll have good resistance, left arm out in the T. And now circling, big circles. First in one direction, making sure you have enough resistance. Elbow is anchored to the earth. Noticing the change in resistance and what's happening in the leg to respond to that, and in the other direction. And let that go, bend the knee, readjust where your hand is holding onto the band. Make sure you have enough resistance, and then press out against the resistance of the strap. Elbow is glued to the earth. Bend the knee and press out against the resistance of the strap. One more time, bend the knee and press out against the resistance. Now flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull the band towards the lower abdomen, tightening the muscles working on the outside of the thigh and the hip. Exhale, release. Bring the leg parallel to the floor, up towards the head. Turn and look to your left. Let that go a bit. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in towards the lower abdomen. Tightening. Exhale, release. Bring the leg parallel to the floor, up to the head, turn and look to the left. Let that go. You could wiggle and shake. Make sure you have a good release. But then lengthen the leg, flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in, contracting. And exhale, release, bringing the leg parallel to the earth, up towards the head, turning, looking to the left. These are all various versions of Supta Eka Pada Angustasana, supine 1 foot big toe pose. Yeah, letting that go. Take the band off, bring the knees in, rock side to side. I'm getting ready for Shavasana. Legs up the wall is a great option in this class. Maybe the legs up a chair. If you're at the foot of a chair, you can have the calves resting on the chair, but have something supporting your legs. Don't bring the legs just up in space. You can stay on the mat, Shavasana, feet to the corners of the mat, or legs up on something. If you're going to bring them up on a chair or the wall, bring the hip next to the chair and then rotate the legs up. Once the legs are up, you can open out wide for a great interior leg stretch, gravity-based. If that becomes too intense, you can bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, resting against the wall of the chair, or legs straight up. All are great options, as is Shavasana, laying on the back. Everybody tucking the chin into the chest, arms out to the side, palms up. Closing the eyes and just letting go. Relaxing the head. The head is relaxing. Relax the neck. The neck is relaxing. Relax the shoulders. The shoulders are relaxing. Relax the back. The back is relaxing. Relax the chest. The chest is relaxing. Relax the hips. The hips are relaxing. Relax the thighs. The thighs are relaxing. Relax the arms. The arms are relaxing. Relax the legs. The legs are relaxing. Relax the hands. The hands are relaxing. Relax the feet. The feet are relaxing. Relax the whole body. The whole body is relaxing. And slowly come back to normal breathing. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring the arms overhead, legs back together, big stretch from the hands to the feet. Bring the knees into the chest. And roll to the right side. And when you're ready, come up into a nice, easy sitting position. Opening the eyes. Namaste, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Namaste.
And I will see you next time.
Namaste. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.